Good news, Prez. We've got 5 clubs up and down the East Coast who would give their left nut to patch over, Nash says when he walks into the chapel and finds me sitting alone. I take a deep breath from my cigarette and let the smoke roll out from my lips slowly. So? I ask him as I lean back in my chair at the head of the Dirty Aces' long wooden meeting table, my boots propped up on the corner, crossed at the ankle. So everyone else is on board with expanding. Now is as good a time as any, right? He explains, plopping down in his usual chair to my right. Careful, brother. I can practically see the dollar signs dancing in your eyes, I tell my VP with a raspy chuckle. Who doesn't like a little extra cash in their pocket every month? He responds with a smirk. But it's not just about the money. It's about the power and the prestige, finally putting our club on the map. Prestige? Seriously? I scoff. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about more cash, more respect, and more power. Nash is right. Who doesn't want to have an abundance of those things? Especially someone like me. I grew up so poor, my piece of shit mother had me holding up cardboard signs, begging for food and loose change at busy intersections from the time I was old enough to stand on 2 feet. After you've been truly hungry, desperate for a half-eaten cheeseburger someone tosses out their window, you don't ever forget that shit. That's why I'm so tight with my earnings now. I wear the same boots and torn jeans that I've had since I started prospecting. That was long before money started coming in, from the Dirty Aces gambling and drug enterprises hand over fist 2 years ago. Those memories of a constant gnawing ache in my empty stomach are why I still live in a 1-bedroom beach cottage, drive a 5-year-old bike, and put every penny into savings like I'm preparing for the apocalypse. Never again. Never again will I have to be a beggar on the streets or go to sleep hungry. That's the promise I made to myself after I turned 16 and got my first job slinging pizza dough and delivering late-night pies to stoners. Not only did I earn a wage, but one of the perks was getting to eat for free whenever I wanted, something that was a foreign fucking concept since my mother preferred booze or meth to feeding us. Look, man, Nash starts once I finish my smoke and put it out in the glass ashtray on the table. His knee is bouncing nervously, a clear indicator that he's uncomfortable with my silence. He knows I've been trying to avoid this conversation like the plague. I get that the shit with Lowell fucked you up. It fucked us all up. Thanks for that news flash, Captain Obvious, I mutter when he brings up the recent betrayal of one of our brothers. Lowell was stealing a shit ton of money from the club for months without any of us having a goddamn clue. You're convinced that we can't trust anyone outside of our circle, and maybe not everyone in it completely. But thinking like that is only going to hold us back from taking the Dirty Aces to the next level, becoming more. Yeah, but why exactly do we need more? I ask him. Shit's great the way it is. Because growing is a sign of success.